Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back to Danopedia. I'm Dan, there's no other Dan, but I would just like to take a few minutes to review a movie which I saw at the weekend called Jumanji The Next Level. Now, a little caveat here, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, please feel free to come back once you have. If not, let's go ahead with it. The movie stars, once again, The Rock, Jack Black, Kevin Hart and Karen Gillan. It stars Darius Blaine, Morgan Turner, Madison Iseman and Alex Wolff as Spencer. The character Spencer has gone to New York to study at New York University and is not really enjoying himself. So when he returns to his hometown at Christmas to visit family, he decides he's going to rebuild the games console which previously held Jumanji, and he's going to go back into Jumanji and live his life as The Rock, you know, relive his experience as The Rock, Dr. Smolder Bravestone. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, being The Rock's going to be much cooler than being some kid that no one likes at uni. His friends, he missed a meeting with his friends, they decide they need to track him down, they go to his house, they find the console, they go into the game, and they are all muddled up. They're not playing their original avatars, there's a little bit of a change around. A couple of new characters are introduced. Danny DeVito plays Spencer's grandfather Ed, and Danny Glover plays Milo, Ed's former business partner. They apparently owned a restaurant together and they fell out when the restaurant was closed or when it was sold off. And the restaurant is called Nora's now. It's a recurring scene, recurring set. The friends meet there. It's obviously a popular night spot. It's a cafe that's a 24-hour diner that is very popular within the town. Danny DeVito obviously has a bee in his bonnet about this whole thing. He was not happy with the way that it was left, and Danny Glover has decided that he wants to meet up with him and try and make amends. Danny DeVito's not having any of this. The console being broken sucks them into the video game as well, and watching The Rock and Kevin Hart play Danny DeVito and Danny Glover respectively is brilliant. The Rock plays Danny DeVito really well. Kevin Hart plays Danny Glover also very well. These cantankerous old men that, my joints don't hurt anymore. There's a lot of that, and there's some, a lot of old man jokes. They don't really understand how video games work. The kids are getting frustrated trying to explain this to the adults. There's a lot of what young people go through on a day-to-day basis trying to explain technology to slightly older people. Now, I'm not particularly techno-savvy, but I can turn a PlayStation on. It's very, very good. We see Jake Kasdan return as director. He directed the first part of the reboot. He also directed other movies you've probably seen, Bad Teacher, the Dewey Cox Story. If you haven't seen that, that's definitely worth a watch. John C. Reilly comedy. He directed a lot of the episodes of the TV show Freaks and Geeks, which absolutely brilliant coming of age teen not rom-com sitcom, which never got picked up with second series and stars some absolute now they're absolute very, very famous Hollywood A-list comedy stars. Does a really good job. Cinematography's great, the lighting's good, the special effects are good, the score is good. Everything's good in this movie, actually. There's no gaping plot holes. All the new characters that are introduced have to come to terms with their skills and their weaknesses inside the video game. Nick Jonas returns as Jefferson Seaplane, and we see Rory McCann, who played the Hound and the Yarp guy from Hot Fuzz, as a character called Jurgen the Brutal. He is the bad guy. He is coming to destroy the whole of Jumanji, and he's taken a jewel which, basically controls the fertility of the land. It's down to the characters to get this jewel back and save Jumanji, effectively. They do a really good job with the storyline. There's several storylines running alongside each other. Madison Iseman, who plays Bethany, gets left behind in the real world, has to go and seek out Colin Hanks, who played Jefferson Seaplane in the last movie, and he was trapped in the video game for 20 years previously. So he returns to help save the gang and get them back to the real world. The underlining part of this whole story is that Alex Wolff, who plays Spencer, is gone back to this game willingly rather than being taken into the game against his will, as has previously happened in the other two movies. This is, basically just saying, I'm not happy with my life, I'm not happy with the way things are going, I want some escapism, and it does play on social attitudes towards video games and towards the attitude of people, a lot of grown-ups. The old people and the young people inside the video game is a play on how a lot of families are now, with old people, parents looking at their children and saying, all he does is play video games. Well, that a lot of the time that's because the life that they can lead in a video game is better or more fun than the life that they're currently leading at the moment. There's that old meme that's, I'm a model on Instagram. Oh, well, I'm a soldier in Call of Duty. It's that sort of thing. And they do that really well. They do it in a nice way. It's understandable. Even my 6-year-old picked up on it. So she enjoyed herself. It's rated 12A, and we got away with the 6-year-old watching it. There was a couple of scenes where there was a bit of hands over the eyes, but really she enjoyed it. There's some mild swearing, some mild cursing, but nothing too stressful. She was giggling about that, obviously, because she was swearing. But all in all, a solid movie, a solid performance from everyone. The Rock's great in it. It's normal, he's the comic relief, along with him and Kevin Hart together were very funny. Rory McCann's brilliant. Rory McCann plays a good bad guy, and in my opinion, him as the Hound, the episodes of Game of Thrones which were led by him are some of the most solid in the entire life of the programme. So he basically brings that character to Jumanji. I hope he hasn't been typecast, because he's a better actor than that, but only time will tell. Jack Black, the characters being swapped around inside the video game obviously gives these actors a bit more to do as well. That Jack Black starts off by playing Darius Blaine, who's Fridge, so he starts off as a black teenager trapped inside Jack Black's body, and then swaps back into Bethany, who's played by Madison Eisman, and he does that well. He can play both those characters. He does that very well. It's very funny. And like I said before, The Rock and Kevin Hart playing the two old men who don't like each other that much, but really they're still old men, is worth watching on its own. Couple of really good scenes where they're driving dune buggies through the desert, being chased by ravenous, bloodthirsty ostriches, and a scene where they have to navigate a whole network of rickety old bridges while being chased down by mandrills, like baboon type monkeys. It's a good movie. I can't fault it. There's no plot holes. Everything's good about it. It's very entertaining. I mean, it's not going to win Oscars. It's not going to be nominated for Oscars, but it is definitely worth a watch. It will be a box office success because of the cast alone. It makes it worth going to see. And hopefully it will bring on. It was left open for a third one. Effectively, the ostriches were released from the game and came into the real world. So that's all I've got to say about the movie. Let me know if you agree or you disagree. Let me know if you've seen the movie or if you haven't seen the movie. Give us a like. If you're new to the channel, then please, like I said, hit the subscription, hit the notification bell and select all, because I'd hate for you to miss any more content. Like we always sign off with, if you've lasted this long, you're a true Danapedia fan. Well done. Sorry Dan, I've nicked your line, but come back, support the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.